What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Hunter x Hunter chapter 364. I apologize for not getting back to everybody's comments. It's been a crazy last 2 weeks with, unfortunately, me closing down my business and my gym. I've had by this time next Monday, I officially have to be out of there, and I'm having to move and sell $50,000+ worth of equipment and things like that. So I've been getting on average 200 Facebook messages a day because I'm posting in Facebook groups and buy sell pages. I'm waking up to messages all the time every day. Like you can see, I just got another message that just popped up right here. It's wild. We're getting tons and tons of messages. So it's been hard for me to get back to all the comments, but just know I did read everybody's comment. You guys let me know that it's easy to identify who the hunters are because they have H's stitched on there. I'm guessing jackets or things like that. Benjamin's men are specifically dressed in a certain way, and that pretty much he's pretty much what I gathered from the comments you guys left. He pretty much just ordered he just put in order 66 and just sent his bodyguards out there, and they can use whatever excuse they want as self-defense. Pretty much he just sent all of those bodyguards out there to kill the princes, is what it was explained to me. They're sending them out there as bodyguards, act in self-defense, but you guys kind of let me know that they kind of have a free pass because they work for Benjamin. They could walk in there and say, oh, so-and-so tried to attack me. I had to defend myself. I feel like they're all being sent out to do that, to purposely try to kill the princes. You guys let me know the numbers of the rooms, and there's one more thing. Oh, that Camille, she does talk in third person. So I'm curious what her Nen ability is, because we've seen all different types of. Just because Nen doesn't mean it's great in a fighting circumstance. Bisky's massage chick. If Camille had something like that, it's not that's not going to help in this life or death battle to the end here. So we'll see how it plays out. Patreon members, you guys will get this Monday night, and then YouTube, we will see this on Friday. Again, if this video is able to get 100 likes, next week you guys will see episode 365 and 366, and we will keep chugging along from there. I think if you're watching this video, go to my community page. We're taking a vote on the next anime to start. I'm going to finish Full Metal by the end of August. So when that does happen, you guys, and Vinland Saga is also, I've already finished Vinland Saga 3 weeks ago. But Vinland Saga is about to end on the channel. Full Metal is about to end in Patreon. I'm almost at episode 60. So 2 new animes are going to be wiped off the board, so we'll need to fill the slate with something, because all we'll have is Avatar and the Hunter x Hunter chapters. So I'm having my Patreon members suggest, each of my Patreon members can suggest something. We'll take 5 of those selections. I'll post it on the community page. So if you're seeing this, the community page poll should be up. Whichever anime gets the most likes, we'll start that in conjunction with Avatar. So we'll try to do 2 Avatar a week, 2 whatever we vote on, and then, the Hunter x Hunter chapters, and we will go from there. But chapter 364, titled Speculation. Let's go ahead and do it. The first prince's personal militia, a soldier in the royal army, even an obvious fabrication from him will be accepted as truth. Is this narrator speak here? I'm guessing. What would happen if we defeated him in the name of self-defense? Whoa, easy does it. Yes, sir. We would be arrested as assassins and convicted at once. So, he took out the maid, that was his excuse. Step any closer and I'll conclude that you're conspiring to assassinate 14th Prince Wobble and exercise my right to self-defense. Yes, sir. Who's this yes, sir? Who's he speaking to? Because it's making it, the queen and prince will be left with the last servant and killed by the next assassin. To complete their story, that the servant assassinated them and committed suicide. Yeah. So I'm going to blame it on the servant that was the one that killed it. I'm guessing he's speaking as, because what he's saying is something you think Kurapika would say. Hey, if you take any step closer to me, I'll expect you're trying to assassinate, my prince. But I feel like he's just saying all the right things in case there is a possibility that somebody could see this or hear this or anything like that. Alright, Kurapika's got his hands up. Wise choice. Are you Kurapika, the one who made the emergency call? Yes, as you know, many are after the prince's lives. Considering motive, you are the most dangerous here. I'm offended. Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm guessing is the yes, sir like a Datara like type thing? Uh, like what? It's just gonna bother me. I aim to cooperate. I've come to solve the problem we have here. Won't you cooperate? Then we'll spare your lives. Oh God, here we go. It's about to go down. Our vow is to protect the two of them, no matter what happens. That's why we're here. Wobbles. Nothing's worse, like in a movie setting or real life. So when you've got an argument going on and a baby's crying in the background, like I could just imagine how frustrating that is. Do you trust me, Prince Wobble, Queen Oito? I mean, she doesn't really have a choice. I feel like if she says no, she's going to be killed. So trust Kurapika and possibly die later, or make it out alive, or don't trust Kurapika and die now. You know, it's up to you. What? Kurapika just stopped crying and I mean the baby just stopped crying. I trust you no matter what happens. I don't know what to make of her. Oito. I would like to think that, she's, doing everything she can for Wobble. She would sacrifice, she would do this, she would even sacrifice herself. But, like, I just don't know if she's been corrupted by some of the other queens or princes, or if there's anything that's been placed on her or inside of her, and if she's acting a certain way. I'd like to think it's just a mother who unfortunately is wrapped up in this succession battle and will do anything to protect. But I can't tell. I can't tell. Oh. Why did we stab Oito? Lady Oito, I'm speaking directly into your mind. Telepathically? We are currently connected through Kurapika's ability. The right to use Little I, the ability I am loaded with, has been transferred to you. What? The right to use Little I, the ability I am loaded with, has been transferred to you. So not only can Kurapika temporarily take somebody's ability, but then can transfer said ability to somebody else, and not just somebody else, somebody that has no idea what Nen is or what to do with it or how to even go about it. That's pretty wild. And I mean, that's crazy, because imagine if Kurapika was able to steal somebody's ability but was too weak to, follow up with it, If you could take somebody's ability that's super strong, handicap them for an amount of time, and then transfer it to somebody that could, be your backup or essentially take them down. Now, does this only happen while Emperor Time is activated? If Gon was here, for example, or anybody, when Kurapika faints from using Emperor Time, or it's just too much to handle and he has to turn it off, does the person that has that borrowed ability, it's now gone from them because Emperor Time has been deactivated? Or once Kurapika gives that, it's yours to use whenever you want? And then same thing, when Kurapika has it, transfers it to somebody, turns Emperor Time off, but once Emperor Time ends, does that give the person their ability back, or does it have to be used? Because that's a kind of a loophole way to get around it. You guys, I can't remember what you guys said, if it was 30 minutes or 3 hours, however long Kurapika could hold Emperor Time for. But let's say it's 3 hours, for example, and you're able to hold that, but the 3 hour time period is up and he can't hold Emperor Time any longer. Give it to somebody, shut it off, and then are they still able to hold that ability hostage? Or no matter what Kurapika does, gives it to somebody else, holds onto it himself. Once that Emperor Time is deactivated, it's done? I don't know. This applies until the ability is activated. I'm visible only to you and Kurapika. He attacked the queen. Does that mean he'll work with us? Is that what the other bodyguard thinks? Where's the other guard? Oh, there he is. Go get him, man. Do what you gotta do. Oh, wow. Did he just get sprayed down? He did. Unless he's got an Nen ability that I can't see, but it looks like he got sprayed. Oh! He blocked his vitals, and with the Nen wall, a gun won't stop him. Empty air fist air blow. Oh, wow. He's trying to hit he's about to hit some almighty push. So I'm trying to think if he just ate the bullets with his arm, but it looks like he did eat the bullets with his arm, but then also had Nen wrapped around it as well. Uh, smart move. It won't. He stole it. Did he not? It's sucking my aura. Stealth Dolphin, index finger in Emperor time. It transfers the absorbed ability to someone else. This allows Steel Chain to absorb another ability. Holy shit. I mean, my god. So basically what just happened here, bodyguard from Benjamin went to use a Nen ability. Before he was able to use it, Kurapika used the same, Nen stealing technique that he used to get the little eye or whatever the ability was. I mean, there's just endless possibilities. I mean, if you're in a room fighting a bunch of people, I mean, how many abilities could you take? How many do you have to give? Can you just give them all to one? Let's say another bodyguard busts up in there. Can Kurapika turn to the queen or Oito and be like, here, take this ability. I need to use this chain again. Another bodyguard comes in there, yanks their power. Here, take this one, hold this. Like, can you only give one to one person? Can I just stack 20 inside one if I'm fighting off an entire army? Like, what's the deal on this thing? And I mean, that's basically what we got. So Stealth Index Finger in Emperor Time, it transfers the absorbed ability to someone else. So the Stealth Index Finger in Emperor Time, which we just saw, it transfers the absorbed ability to someone else, to Oito. Now that you transferred that, this allows the chain to go ahead and absorb another ability. But then I wonder, there has to be some kind of cancellation on this thing. There's like the scenario I just described. That can't be, how this works. Kurapika takes, here, you take this, I take another one, here, take this, I'll take another one. It's got to be something like when I activate to take another one, that other ability has to go back, right? I'm not sure. Why you... Boom. Alright, just some basic bodyguard stuff here, Disarms him, judo chops him in the throat, have him pinned on the ground. Good. You're under arrest for the attempted assassination of Prince Wobble. What are you saying? You're the one who attacked me after ignoring my warnings. They could just use truth or, what's it called? Not chain jail. What's the one called? I forget. If he lies or, go ahead and use that floating Taoism one. No matter what crafty plans you may have or tricks you may pull, the one who murdered poor innocent Sandra and came after our lives is you, Vincent. Don't worry, Queen Oito. With my ability, he will reveal everything on the witness stand. He's sweating. What's wrong? Oh, wow. He hit that, a suicide pill was in his molar. Make him spit it out. He was prepared to die, and now it's too late. Contact a military. You want to hand him over, but the confession... I know, it's too bad, but it's not a case that can be settled by the ship's court. His confession won't lead to an arrest. Considering the security risk of a court appearance, if the first prince is going to wait and see, we should do the same. I feel like they should, hide the body, because then people are going to, well, how did he die? You killed one of your own, your new securities. So he's got some, like, we see this all the time in movies. Captain America pops in my head, for example. When they capture you, you bite that off and you're gonna die from the poison. But it wasn't. He didn't really have anything to reveal to at least us, the viewer. To Kurapika and the characters here, they're kind of in the dark, but we kind of know, the orders that have been given. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they should be hip to the idea now that, hey, this is actually going on. Move the body over here. Hold on. Crack. They found the bug. The transmission got cut off. Their ability is a problem. He was restrained only a few seconds after the gunshots. Under normal conditions, that would be hard to believe, even if Vincent was outnumbered. Move the body over here. Hold on. They found the bug. The transmission got cut off. I'm guessing the bug was on Vincent. Their ability is a problem. He was restrained only a few seconds after the gunshots. Oh, the gunshots that were sprayed into the guy's arm. Under normal conditions, that would be hard to believe, even if he was outnumbered. One of them stripped his nen somehow, so he was forced to fire his gun. And one of them has the ability to force a confession. Oh God, Benjamin, why you gotta be like this? Or the opposite, he hesitated to show his nen ability and fired first. Could be that decision cost him. I'll tell the others to be more forthright. Well, now they're I mean, they don't know, they have no idea how that went down. But now they're going to sit there rattling their brains. Oh, this person has the ability to, cut someone's net off, which is accurate. But then they're also thinking, well, maybe he didn't want to show, the card up his sleeve, so he didn't, he chose to fire the gun first, which cost him his life. He should have just came out with his strongest ability, but they don't know that. The enemy ability, it does not make sense. A manipulator often uses a verbal command, but there was none, and Vincent was able to fire a gun, argue, and poison himself. You mean it could be a bluff? They knew we were monitoring them? Yes, but it might not be a total lie. See, they're going... they're in this, triple over-analyzing 3D chess. You see this happen all the time when you're trying to, think about things or explanations. They have it down. One of them stripped him of his nen, so he was forced to fire a gun. That is correct. And one of them has an ability to force a confession. That is also correct. Not force a confession, but tell if someone's lying or not. They got that right. But then it's or he hesitated because he didn't want to show his ability. It cost him his life. But then a manipulator doesn't make sense. He was able to fire a gun and poison himself. Could it be a bluff? Do they know they were monitoring them? But they didn't. But these two don't currently know that. If they wanted us to hear it, then the exchange makes sense. If they let us think there is a manipulator, we have to be careful. The two surviving guards were unexpectedly loyal, and they have troublesome abilities. Since Vincent chose to commit suicide, we should consider that he had a good reason to do so. Interesting. Alright. There have been changes to the mission. You are Vincent's successor. They're gonna walk his ass right up in there, and he's like, hey, I'm here to bodyguard. And he just starts shooting again. How many times are we gonna do this? What you are being given is a mission of the utmost importance, for which failure is not an option. Give it your life. 13th Prince Mariam takes his pet hamster everywhere. Is this a narrator? If I get 8th Queen Owito to activate Sired's ability to manipulate the hamster at the banquet, if that's possible, it would be a great chance to find out about the other princes. That's true. But this explanation here. If I get Owito to activate the ability, so how does Owito activate it when she knows nothing about Nen? Can you activate it for her? If I get Queen Owito to activate Sired's ability to manipulate the hand, so she's got to activate it and then she has to manipulate the hand, because that seems like a lot for her to do. But maybe it won't be that complicated. A whole week until the next banquet. 1 hour is 150 days, 24 hours is 10 years, 1 week is... It's not realistic. Oh yeah, you're freaking out. Calm down. Your Majesty, I'm sure this is confusing, but that ability has time constraints. What should I do? The ability to control a small animal is well suited for an investigation. We'll use that ability to spy on the other princes. The ideal would be a fly or a mosquito. They can travel through the air and can be ubiquitous, I don't know if you pronounce the T, and inconspicuous. As soon as you find one, give the order to the Dolphin. The Dolphin will take care of everything up to hitting the target. That's wild. That's wild. That Kurapika is able to do that for somebody that has no idea what Nen is. I thought they wanted to do the hamster. Why are we now skipping the hamster? Because the banquet is a whole week away? Maybe. Kurapika, do you choose to load me with that ability? Then we will learn its details, be able to use it, and free up Steel Chain again, killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Because currently Steel Chain has whatever that almighty push ability is. So how do you get rid of that? How do you then cycle out ability? If I load this ability on the Dolphin, I'll be able to find out what it is and be able to use it once. But if it has a high bar for activation, using it at all will be difficult and I'll be forced to continue Emperor Time. No, not now. I'm gonna need a deep dive explanation on this Dolphin ability that Kurapika has going on. That means my myth. Let's split up and search the room. Can you take the call? The rules for Emperor Time. It shortens my life by 1 hour every second while activated. Oh, that's what we were. 1 hour is 150 days. 1 hour is 150 days. 24 hours is 10 years. 1 week is... So he was calculating if he left that on until the banquet. It's not realistic. Oh, so because I was that makes a little bit more sense. I was under the impression that once that ability was used, it's gone from the Steel Dolphin. You know, you got one use out of it, it's done. Got to refill it up with something new. But I think you guys did tell me this. As long as Kurapika has Emperor Time activated, he can continue to use the ability that was taken. Now, I don't know if Kurapika can have Oito use it and then like hit her with Steel Dolphin, take the ability back, and now Kurapika use it. I don't know. But either way, whether the ability, the animal ability was with Oito or with Kurapika, I was under the impression that could be used once. But it looks like from this explanation when we get about Emperor Time, he's over here thinking to himself, alright, is this realistic? Because they want to use it at the banquet for the hamster. But he's thinking to himself, could I hold Emperor Time? Because as soon as Emperor Time turns off, that ability is gone. Whatever Steel Dolphin, like it's gone. I'm thinking. So I'm thinking Kurapika is thinking to himself, can I hold it for a whole hour? It loses time. But he's making it seem like all it is a time thing. It takes a toll on his body, correct? I think we've seen it. He's over here analyzing it in his head like, well, if I kept it activated for 1 hour, that's 150 days, 24 hours is 10 years, 1 week would be, oh, that's just not realistic. Which it isn't. But he was making it seem like, well, if I could hold it out time-wise, not if I could hold it out physically. It shortens my life by 1 hour every second activated. Excuse me, I have a call for you. Who is it? Well, we would normally take the calls in order of rank, but now it could be interrupted as hostile towards the princes on hold. Interpreted as hostile. Actually, there are 3. First Prince Benjamin, third Prince, whoever that is, Shang-Jiel, and fifth Prince, Tubepa. True, if they become suspicious that we conspired with the one we talked to first, we won't be able to prove it if it was denied. If the prince hangs up while waiting, it'll be a declaration of war. So you got the phone ringing, you got this dude showing up at the door to make me repeat myself. That was a Senru, not a Haku. Whatever that means. Alright, so we got some good stuff. Basically, there wasn't anything too crazy as far as story-wise other than just learning more about Kurapika's abilities. I'm not even going to try to sit, I mean, I could sit here for an hour and talk about, well, what if it was this, what if it was that, but that means this, that means that. I mean, we could be here all day. You guys, as always, feel free to explain as long as it doesn't lead to anything that'll be spoiler later on. The gist of it that I got is Kurapika is able to transfer an ability to somebody an ability that he's taken. Not only is he transferring somebody's ability to him, he can then transfer that ability to somebody else. That somebody else doesn't even need to know how to use Nen or what the word Nen is, and it can be activated. The Dolphin will kind of do it itself. You just give the orders and it'll do it. Once that ability has been transferred, Kurapika can then take that same ability that he used to take an ability and transfer it. Now it's freed up again, and he can go take another ability, as we just saw. Now, how I'm guessing, like was stated, I don't know if we ever get to really see it. Excuse me. But maybe the explanation I gave is if Kurapika keeps Emperor Time activated, he could keep spitting that cycle out. If he had gone, let's say he had gone Killua and Leorio standing right there with him, and they were getting attacked by a bunch of dudes, all Nen users. Could he have taken that one little animal ability? He's like, here, Killua, take this. They get attacked by this bodyguard. He's like, here, Leorio, take this. They get attacked by somebody else. Boom, takes that. He's like, here, gone. Take this. Take it. Like, could that cycle just continuously going? Can he give more than one ability to a person? Could he give like gone, like here, take 3 of the, I'll take this one, here, gone, you take this, someone else attack, I'll take that, here, gone, hold this. Could it just be that continuous cycle as long as Emperor Time is activated? Or are there's gotta be limitations to that. And then I can't remember from previous episodes if it can only be used once on a person. I'm trying to think, like Hisoka, for example, with the bungee gum and the texture surprise and other things we've seen. Could you go in and then take multiple abilities? That would be interesting. And I would also be curious. I forget how it has to be used. If Kurapika has to see the person use it or anything like that. I don't know if it's like Crollo's or not, but I'm saying that because if it's somebody like Crollo, do you just take the ability to... So Crollo, for example, if Kurapika take the ability of him being able to conjure his book, but then could Kurapika even do that? I don't know why he wouldn't, but then how would Kurapika even know about the book and what to use if Crollo doesn't tell you? You know? Like, you could just get the book and open it or summon it, look at all these abilities. If you don't know the ins and outs of, like, hey, you have to have one hand hold the book open, or you've got to be able to, bookmark it and do this and do that. I forget if the ability itself gives a detailed explanation if Kurapika is not able to get it from the person specifically, or he's got to be kind of walked through, like, hey, this is what this and this does, or you could just have an ability and not know kind of the ins and outs of it. We'll kind of see how it plays out. I mean, Benjamin, he's over here trying to take everybody out. Triple analyzing, which is good to have. You don't want to underestimate, but you don't want to overanalyze as well, so it's just kind of a mess. But we'll kind of see how it plays out. And we're just waiting, just chess pieces are still moving here, so we'll just kind of wait and see how it plays out. We'll go from there. And then he just sent another guard, so I don't know if we're just going to keep killing off guards and stacking bodies in the back bathroom. And I wonder how everybody else is dealing with the guards. I'd like to see how T and Camilla and some of the other ones are dealing with the guards that he sent. We'll wait and see how it plays out. But I appreciate it, guys. Again, if this video can get 100 likes by next Wednesday, we will upload 2 chapters next week. So I appreciate all the support, guys. We're really going through it. I'm excited for, to continue this and Avatar and the new anime that we'll be starting to as well. Can't wait. Appreciate it. Like, share, favorite, subscribe. And as always,